Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 18 experiment. And today, as you see in the title, we are going to be combining all of the NFL teams from the state of Florida. That obviously consists of the Miami Dolphins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to see if you put all those three teams together, if they can reign victorious and win the Super Bowl. See how good they do and see how bad the other two teams do with their best players missing from their team. So hopefully you guys do enjoy today's experiment video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's video. If you want to see another one like this, let me know what teams you want to see me combine next. Let me know. Also, if you have any other Madden 18 experiment ideas in the comment section below. If you see an awesome idea, I will 100% use it for an upcoming video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't, so you don't miss any of the uploads on the channel. But with that said, let's jump right into the video and go over the roster. And obviously, we are going to be using the Tampa Bay, or actually the Jacksonville Jaguars in today's video. I don't know why I said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but anyways, looking at the quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill is actually the highest overall quarterback at an 84, with Blake Bortles and Jameis Winston backing him up. At running back, pretty talented here. Leonard Fournette backed up by Doug Martin, Chris Ivory, and TJ Yeldon. Now, fullback, we have Bruce Miller. I mean, really, who cares about that? But at wide receiver now, it's pretty freaking talented. Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, Jarvis Landry, Deshaun Jackson, Marquise Lee, Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker, Allen Hurns, Adam Humphries, Keelan Cole, Chris Godwin, Dede Westbrook, a ton of wide receivers. And keep in mind, the roster size is like way over the limit, so some players are going to get cut. And as always in these videos, we're going to sim to the regular season and see what players get put into free agency, what players get cut. I'm not going to take control of over like who gets cut, because I want all the best players to be combined into one team. The CPU is going to take control of who gets cut and whatnot. But anyways, moving along, the tight end Mercedes Lewis, backed up by Julius Thomas, Cameron Brate, and O.J. Howard. Now moving on to left tackle, we have DeMar Dotson, backed up by Laramie Tunsil and Jeremy Parnell. Left guard, A.J. Cam, backed up by Patrick Omameh. At center, Brandon Linder, backed up by Ali Marpet and Mike Pouncey. Right guard, we have Jermon Bushrod, backed up by Patrick once again. And our right tackle, we have Juwan James, backed up by Cam Robinson and Jeremy Parnell. Once again, just like the last video, really surprised. This offensive line is good, like if it was a normal team, but with it being three teams combined, that's not that great. But moving along to defense, we have some good players on defense, especially at left end, and some of these players are going to be put to waste because they're not going to play that much because there's so many talented players. Anyways, we have Cameron Wait, backed up by William Hayes and my boy Yannick. At right end, we have Calais Campbell, backed up by Robert Ayers and Dante Fowler Jr. And at defensive tackle, we have Ndamukong Suh. Look at these defensive tackles, dude. Ndamukong Suh, Gerald McCoy, Malik Jackson, and Marcel Darius and Avery Jones. And I think there was probably a couple of defensive ends that you didn't see because there were so many that they weren't actually on the depth chart. But anyways, moving on to the linebacker core, we have Levante David, backed up by Corey Missy and Lawrence Timmons. At middle linebacker, we have Paul Posluszny, Quan Alexander, and a couple of other ones. And at right outside linebacker, we have Telvin Smith, backed up by the youngster Miles Jack and Lawrence Timmons. Now moving on to the secondary, pretty talented as well. Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Bouye, Brent Grimes, Bobby McCain, Aaron Colvin, Vernon Hargraves, and Tony Lippett. At free safety, we have Tashawn Gibson, Rashad Jones, and Barry Church. And at strong safety, we have Rashad Jones, Barry Church, and T.J. Ward. Our kicker is going to be Josh Lambo, and our punter is going to be Brian Anger. So that was a pretty good freaking team. But there's going to probably be a lot of players cut because the team is just so stacked and so many players. So we will go into the regular season and see exactly who does get cut from the team. So going into free agency, did anybody notably get cut? Adam Humphries got cut. That's one. Keelan Cole got cut. Chris Godwin got cut. So a lot of wide receivers. I guess that makes sense because we had way too many wide receivers on the team. Aside from that, I really don't see anybody else. But once again, probably somebody got cut and got signed before the regular season happened because they're really high overall. But with that said, boys, I guess it is time to sim to the end of this season. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below how you think this team is going to do. I think this is the best team we've done so far, and I say we're going to go 14-2. And the other teams, I'm going to say the Dolphins go 3-13, and I'm going to say the Buccaneers go 1-15. So let me know your predictions in the comment section below, and let's see how close we can get. So it looks like we did get a first round bye. It looks like a lot of our offense progressed and a lot of our defense progressed as well. So looking at that, it doesn't look like a 16-0 type progression, but I'm going to say 14-2. I'm going to stick by my guns, 13-3. So we did a little bit worse than I thought, but still did pretty freaking good. Now let's look at the rest of the standings across the NFL. We had like the best record in the NFL, tied with the Falcons and Chargers. Saints had a good year. Packers had a good year. Patriots with a good year as always. And it looks like my Titans did make the playoffs. And how bad did the Dolphins and Bucs do? That's always interesting to see as well. Wow. They went a combined 1-31. Like, we did this the other... I'm not sure which videos I'm uploading. I'm recording all these like back to back. But so far, I recorded the New York one. And I can't give anything away. Maybe I'll upload this one first. But anyways, I did the New York one, and they just did a lot better than that. And I think the Buccaneers and Dolphins are a lot more talented than the Jets. But anyways, with that said, let's go and see how our team did statistically. We had the 5th best offense in the NFL, and we had the best defense in the NFL. So the defense, I guess I can see that because the defense was a little bit better in terms of talent than the offense. Did anybody come in the top 10, the MVP? Ryan Tannehill actually came in 6th, and it looks like Alex Smith, of all quarterbacks, won the MVP. Aaron Rodgers in 2nd, Tom Brady in 3rd. Now let's look at some individual stats. Ryan Tannehill with a good year, 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns, 16 picks. That's still a lot of picks, so needs to cut that down a little bit. But still got sacked 34 times, but I guess the offensive line, talent-wise, I guess it kind of makes sense being sacked 34 times. That's a lot, but offensive line wasn't that great. Rushing yard-wise, Leonard Fournette didn't do as good as I thought. 3.8 yards per carry. I mean, still a pretty good year, especially for a rookie, but that's not a great yards per carry average with an offensive line that was combined by 3 teams. But anyways, receiving yards, Mike Evans had 92 receptions, but Jarvis Landry had the most yards, 1,200 yards. We had 2 receivers over 1,200 yards, Allen Robinson the other one. Looks like Jarvis Landry led the team with 10 touchdowns. And defensively, Paul Posluszny with 131 tackles. And we had Calais Campbell, Gerald McCoy, and Cameron Wake all reach 10 sacks. And Ndamukong Suh as well had 8.5. And it looks like Paul Posluszny and Jalen Ramsey both had 5 picks on the year. Now, just looking a little bit at the Dolphins and Buccaneers stats, Jay Cutler with an awful year. 11 touchdowns, 12 picks with 60 sacks. Rushing yards, Kenyon Drake, 3.7 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns. Our leading rusher had 5 touchdowns on the year. And receiving-wise, this guy, Leonte Carew, led with 554 yards. Actually, Rashawn Scott, that guy. You know Rashawn Scott? Yeah, I know him too. 706 yards. Now the Buccaneers, let's see how they did. See how their quarterback situation panned out without Jameis Winston. Ryan Fitzpatrick was their starter. 12 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, was sacked 50 times. Had Jacquizz Rodgers, actually had that's not that good. 3.3 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns, and Kenneth Dixon had 4 touchdowns as well. And it looks like Marquise Wilson led the team with 652 yards and 3 touchdowns, and they had Jacob Tainey lead them with 5 touchdowns to the air. Those teams were bad. They were bad. Time to see if this team has what it takes to win the Super Bowl. Taking on my Titans in the divisional round. Let's see if we can grab the dub and make it into the conference championship game, and we do. Taking on the 13-3 Chargers, so taking on a team that had a record just like ours. So it is going to be tough, but let's see how bad we actually did beat the Titans, and we end up beating them bad. 35-9. So we played well in our first game of the playoffs. Can we play well in the second game and make it to the Super Bowl? And we did. We're going to be taking on the New Orleans Saints to see if the NFL team of Florida can actually win the Super Bowl. So how bad did we beat the 13-3 Chargers? If it was bad, I think we're going to grab the dub. It was close, 24-20, and we had home field advantage, so it is going to be a tough game. We're not the greatest team in the world, but we definitely have the talent to win the Super Bowl, so can we get it done? So let's see. I've yet to look. Did the Jaguars get it done and bring the Super Bowl trophy back to the state of Florida? And they did just barely squeak it out for